Does the host name correct?
Yes, the hostname is correct as you can see here. At the beginning, the service hostname was OS class, which is the default hostname configured by the operating system. To make the server easier to identify in our network topology, we changed the hostname to server. After that, we verified the change by running hostname and hostnamectl command, which confirmed that the system was currently using the hostname server.
Okay, so how did you prove whether the IP is correct for the server?
Okay, so after assigning the IP address, I
Uh,
tested the connection by ping the IP address that is 192.168.1.254. So
mhm.
after that, the client received replies with 0% packet loss, which confirmed that the server's IP address was configured correctly and was reachable on the network.
Okay,
Okay. What is the difference between static and dynamic IP?
so in this project, we have two different adapters. So the first one is the net interface, which is ENP0S3, which will receive the dynamic IP address 10.0.2.1.5 automatically from the VirtualBox net network. Meanwhile, the host-only interface was manually configured with the static IP address 192.168.1.254 because servers require a fixed IP address.
Okay. Okay. So can the server connect to internet?
Yes, the ping google.com command was executed to verify internet connectivity. The server successfully received reply from Google IP address, proving that the Linux server VM could access external network through the NAT adapter. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, thank you guys.
Hello, my name is Yogavandan, and today I will discuss and demonstrate the configuration and functionality of a DHCP server. I will cover what DHCP is used for, how to verify the server is running, and how to test from the client side of Debian 11. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, where its main purpose is to automatically assign IP addresses and network configuration to devices on a network without requiring manual setup. When a client device connects to the network, it sends out a broadcast request. The DHCP server responds by assigning the client an IP address along with the subnet mask, default gateway, and DNS server information. This eliminates the need to manually configure each device, making network management faster. Okay, now let's verify if the DHCP service is running on the server. This is my Debian 11 server machine. So we open terminal. To verify that the DHCP service is running on the server, I will use the command sudo systemctl status isc dhcp server, and we enter the password. So if the service is active and running, we will see a green status, and we can see that there is that green text there showing that it's active and running. This confirms the DHCP is live and listening for client requests. Now to test DHCP from the client machine, I will boot into the Debian 11 client machine. Okay, now to test the DHCP from the client machine, I have booted my Debian 11 client machine. I will open terminal, and now I'm going to ping the server IP and check if the client DHCP has successfully binded with the server or not. The server IP is 192.168.1.254. As we can see, it's receiving. Control C. See that 10 received and there's 0 packet loss, meaning that the server and client have successfully binded. Now to make sure that the client does not have access to the internet, we can ping 8.8.8.8. We control C and then we can see there's 14 packets transmitted by 100% packet loss, which means that no direct route to external network. This confirms the DHCP configuration is correct and the client is isolated from the internet. Next, to check that the IP is correct for client, we have to go back to the server machine and see the IP pool in the DHCP file. So this is the server Debian 11. So now to confirm that the client received the correct IP address, we will have to check the DHCP server configuration in this file. So we do sudo nano etc dhcp dhcpd conf file. So we have to scroll down. So we have the IP pool and the range and everything that we added. So to make sure that the client received the correct IP address, we have to make sure that the range is between 192.168.1.5 and 192.168.1.10. Now we go to the client machine. Now in client machine we can put IP ADDR show. So here we can see that 192.168.1.5, which is IP that we put within the range. The range was 192.168.1.5 until 192.168.1.10. So this proves that the DHCP server is working and the client got the IP from the DHCP server. Moving on to the individual demo. Now I will show how to configure a DHCP server and client on Debian 11. So first I'm booted up in the Debian 11 server. So first step is set the static IP. So sudo nano etc network interface. We have to edit this file. So insert the password and then we can see there's this file. So at the bottom of the file we have to add this file. So auto enp0s9 iface enp0s9 inet static. We have the address, the net mask, the network and broadcast address. The address is the server IP address that was given in the guideline. So now we save the file and exit. Step number 2 is to restart the networking service. The command for that is sudo systemctl restart networking. So once we do that, step 3 is to verify static IP. So we put that IP ADDR show enp09. As you can see, we have the server IP 192.168.1.254. So since we checked this already, we can update our package list. The command for that is sudo apt update. Once it's finished updating, we can uninstall DHCP server in the server. The command is sudo apt install isc dhcp server -y. So that will install. After it's installed, we have to set the DHCP listening interface. So we have to edit a file. In order to do that, we have to do sudo nano etc default isc dhcp server. Enter. Oh, it seems that there was a typing error. Let me do it again. In this file, we can see that there's a part where it says interfaces for. So we have to put ENP0S9 there. After that, we can save and exit. Once we've done that, we have to configure the DHCP setting. In order to do that, we have to open a file. So to do that, we do sudo nano etc dhcp dhcpd.conf. So in this file, we have to scroll to the very bottom and then add this part in the file. In this, we have the subnet, the net mask, the range, the IP pool range, and everything is here. This is where the clients will get the IP and everything. After adding this, we can save and exit. After that, we have to start and enable the DHCP service. To that, we do sudo systemctl start isc DHCP server, and then we do sudo systemctl enable isc DHCP server. So after that, we have to boot into the client machine. Okay, now in the client Debian 11, we have to configure the interface in order to get the IP automatically. So for that, we have to edit this file, sudo nano etc network interfaces. Put your password, and at the end of the file, we have to add this text auto enp08 0s8 iFace enp0s8 and the important part is DHCP. We can save and exit. After that, we can restart networking service. So for that, we do sudo systemctl restart networking. Wait for it to restart. Okay, it's done restarting. So we do request IP address from DHCP server. So we do sudo dh client -v enp0s8. We have requested the IP. In order to verify the IP address, we have to do IP addr show enp0s8. So the new IP we got is 192.168.1.6, which is within the range of the DHCP server. The range was 192.168.1.5 until 192.168.1.10. So this proves that the DHCP server is working. Thank you. Guys, I would like to ask you all some questions about DHCP. So, why do you think that we need to assign static IP to the server but dynamic IP to the client?
I think the server need a static IP because it's the one providing the DHCP service. And if the server IP keep changing, the client would not know where to send their IP address.
So, you're meaning that in the server we will set one IP,
Yes.
and then from the range, the client will choose one IP address. Okay. So do you guys understand?
Yeah.
So I have another question also. So what do you think the usage of DHCP is?
The use of, sorry?
The usage of DHCP.
So I think the DHCP is used to automatically assign the IP address to the service on the network.
Okay.
Okay, so instead of manually setting an IP,
Uh-huh.
instead of manually setting an IP address on
Subnet
every
mask.
device, the DHCP server will automatically give each device an IP address.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you think that the client will get one IP
randomly from within the range?
Yes, when DHCP server will automatically give each device an IP address, then it will also this IP address also get another client.
Okay guys, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurin Aisyah binti Mazaki and today I'm going to presenting my individual demonstration on topic STFP and which stand for Secure File Transfer Protocol. First we begin with its uses. SFTP is a secure network protocol used to transfer, manage and manipulate file over a reliable data stream. Unlike standard FTP, which transmit data and log in credential in plain text, SFTP establishes a secure connection over SSH with its secure shell, typically using port 22. This ensures that all command, password and transfer data are fully encrypted, protecting them from network sniffing or unauthorized interception. Hi everyone. So now I'm going to show you how testing is being done. So to systematically validate the system defenses, our testing protocol target the static internal gateway interface at IP address 192.168.1.254. And this testing is being done because if we want to confirm the open SSH statement, actively respond on our subnet. As you can see, it was connected. So the second one is the CRUD jail boundary validation. So what we're going to do is write CD and then put ls. So we can see it's the upload. This test is being done because we want to ensure user cannot escape their assigned directory scope. So the last testing that we use is the enforcement of non-interactive shell blocking. So how we going to test it? It's just write SSH Solaris alias the IP address. So as you can see here, it showed that this service allow SFTP connection only. So this was being done because we want to ensure that restricted profile cannot spawn a system terminal. So if someone want to execute operational command, they cannot, because they are being restricted from doing it. So this show that the SFTP is safe from outside there. So now I'm going to show you the upload. So I will log into the server by running SFTP Solaris alias and then entering the password. So as you can see, we are successfully connected. So now I'm going to change the directory to the landing zone by typing cd upload. So to demonstrate the upload functionality, I execute code test file.txt. Okay, so the terminal confirmed the data payload was transferred at 100% integrity. So now we're going to run it ls to verify that test file .txt is now safely reside on the remote server. So now I'm going to show you the download. So first, I will log in into the server, which is SFTP Solaris Alias, and then entering the password. So as you can see, we are connected. So now to demonstrate the download functionality, I will retrieve a file from the server back to my local machine. I will use the command get test file.txt. So as shown on the screen, the transfer complete instantly 100%, confirming that both read and write operation are fully functional within our landing zone folder. Thank you. So now I will show you the step-by-step how I get this done. So at step 1 is we have to update the package list. So just write sudo apt update. The negative Y flags are appended to automatically grant administrative consent for installation prompt. So as you can see, everything is done. So the second step is to install OpenSSH server. So this command fetch and install the OpenSSH server suite daemon. SSH is neat because it provide the foundational cryptography transport layer, and standard protocol binaries require to handle both remote secure shell, SSH, management and secure file, operation over the network layer. So just type sudo apt install open SSH server. Let me try. So now it show that it is done. So after we install it, we need to verify whether it is running in our Linux. So just type sudo system ctl status. So as you can see here, the green one is active running. So it means that we can use SSH is in our Linux right now. It was active, it was running. So after we confirm that it was active and running, we have to create an FTP group and user. So just add a new group. For example, sudo group add SFTP users. So you can see SFTP user already existed because I already done it before. So this group is needed because it acts as a structured policy wrapper, allowing the SSH daemon to easily identify which arriving user session must be directly redirected into the code environment. And then we have to add the user. For example, mine is sudo user add -m -g SFTP users -d s pin. So for my group, I put Solaris. The user at command actually registered the project identity account. So Mine was Solaris, so I put Solaris here. So as you can see here, it's already exists because it means that is successful. So after we done create the group and also the user, then after that we have to construct the isolated root jail hierarchy. So to establish a secure sandbox, a specific folder tree must be initialized. Open SSH mandate strict directory guideline. So the jail part root must be owned exclusively by root and set to read only for regular user, while a dedicated subdirectory must be built inside to give the user a place to upload their file. So this was to ensure that it is safe for user to use it. So for example, so we have to write sudo. This was the command that was used to run the program. So as you can see here, the file is already exists because I already created it. So is that this was the command that was used to construct the isolated code jail hierarchy. So after we done the step 5, we go to step 6, which is to configure SSH daemon file. This block applied SFTP specific restriction exclusively only for SFTP users only. So how? We use nano. So this is the nano that being used. Here is where we're going to write the command, which is the first one is mesh group FTP users. This was to limit the scope of override exclusively to user map to the group file. And then the group directory var as FTP. This was to enforce the file system isolation boundaries. And then the first command internal SFTP -e was actually to force SFTP only session. It will deny all shell access except for SFTP only. And then the allow TCP forwarding no. So this one was to disable TCP port forwarding for security. And the last one is actually to disable S11 GUI forwarding. So after that, after we write this, just ctrl O and then just save the file name as we write just now, enter, and then easy. So after we write all this, it means that we can use the SFTP. So how? Just restart is back. Sudo restart. Sudo system ctl restart SSH. So now we can use the SFTP. So just write SFTP solar. So as you can see here, we are connected.
Hi guys, today we're going to discuss about SFTP. I want to ask you guys, what happens if a user tries to log into our SFTP server using one password?
With the wrong password.
So I think the server will completely deny the access and reject the connection.
Yeah, because unlike DHCP, his SFTP uses password, right? So it's more secure and everything. So if you enter the wrong password,
The user cannot get inside
So,
or
It will
access
also
any
deny
files.
the access.
Yeah.
okay, sure. So, other than that, why do we have to create a special user account like, for example, Solaris, instead of just letting everyone log in as main administrator?
It actually keeps the system safe if we use a special user account. So if everyone use the main administration account, anyone could accidentally access this, and by making a separate account and locking it into the uploads folder. So we just ensure that team members can do their file work without having the power to change the system, actually the main configuration.
So if we have different account, instead of logging into the administration account, we can make sure that the main files or the files we should keep safe, the important files are being saved instead of other people can access those files.
So the reason is because we just want to keep this file safe,
Yeah.
because maybe if someone accidentally we use the main administrator, if someone accidentally delete the account, it's still there.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Alia Amira binti Nazli, and for the individual part, I will explain to you about the web server. So, what's the usage of web server? A web server is used to host, store, and deliver web content such as web pages, images, documents, and applications to user over a network using the Hypertransfer Protocol, HTTP. When a user enters a website address or IP address in a web browser, the browser sends an HTTP request to the web server. The web server processes the request and responds by providing the requested web page or resource. In this project, the Aperture web server was installed on the Debian Linux server to host a custom web page. The Linux client accessed the web page through the server's IP address using a web browser. This demonstrates the client-server communication model, where the Linux server acts as the service provider and the Linux client acts as the service requester. So, how test is being done? Test 1, access website from Linux server. So, I put the command curl http localhost. The test was performed locally on the web server using curl http localhost. This command sent an HTTP request to the Aperture server and displayed the web page content in the terminal. The successful output confirmed that Aperture is serving web pages correctly on the local machine. So the next test is to verify IP address. So the second test was to verify the IP address of the Linux server using the IPADDR show command. These commands display all network interfaces and their IP addresses. The server IP addresses is important because the client uses this address to access the web service. The next test is access website from Linux client. This step was performed from the Linux client. I opened a web browser. For this one, I'm using Firefox and entered the server's IP address. The browser successfully displayed our custom web page. This confirmed that the client can communicate with the server and that the Aperture web server is successfully delivering web content over the network. So for the last test is verifying connectivity using ping. The final test was to verify network connectivity between the Linux client and Linux server. I used the ping command and sent ICMP packets to the server's IP address. The server replied successfully with response messages. This indicates that both machines are connected on the same network and communication between them is working properly. Assalamualaikum. So now I want to share with you the step-by-step of the installation of the web server inside the Linux. So first, we gotta update the package. So I will do the command. So the package repository information was updated to ensure the latest software version are available. So now I will install the Apache web server. So the Apache tool was installed using the Debian package manager. Okay, after installation, Aperture service file and default website file were automatically created. So the step 3 is verify Aperture service status. So the Aperture service status was checked to ensure it was running successfully. So the active running here, it's indicate that it's confirmed the Aperture is running and listening for HTTP request. So next, I gotta close this first. So next, I will do the verify listening port. The server was checked to confirm Aperture is listening on port 30. So this is the expected outcome. This verifies that the Aperture is ready to accept HTTP connection. For the next step is to create custom web page. So the default Aperture web page was replaced with a custom page for testing purposes. So I already insert the content here. You can see it here. And this is the IP address given in the project. And I'm just gonna save it and exit. So I will continue with restart the Aperture services. Okay, the Aperture services was restarted to apply all changes. This is the command. And this is to verify. So you can see here that it's active running. Okay, done. So I'm using Firefox to check web server page. So as you can see here, this is my web server page. Solaris web server.
Okay, hi guys. So today I want to do a little bit of question Q&A session for my topic, web server.
Okay.
So why do you guys? Why is Linux widely used for web server?
Why use?
Why is Linux widely used in web server?
Okay. Why is Linux widely used? Because Linux is not a paid software. It's a free software. It's an open software, so anyone can download it and use it. And also Linux is very lightweight, unlike Mac OS or Windows. So if you need to like update anything or need to like check what files you have, it's easily accessible through the terminal. So
that's why it is widely used.
And also it also can handle multiple user and high traffic while requiring relatively low system resources.
So that's all.
Yes.
Okay, so next question. What is the main function of a web server in Linux?
The main function of web server, I think, to host website and deliver web page, image, and other web content
user through the internet using HTTP or HTTPS protocol. You guys want to add anything?
Yeah, it's basically to browse.
Yeah. So that the main function of everything about
This is
web
the main
server.
function.
Okay. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Myself Pratul Hassan Ilyas. So today I'm here to show you my individual part of operating system project. So my part is database service actually. So in that part I'm gonna show you how this database works on Linux. So I'm show you the step-by-step procedure. So first we have to learn what is actually database. So a database is a structured collection of data that allows information to be stored, managed and retrieved efficiently. And database services are widely used in organizations to store important information such as employee records, customer details, inventory data, and also in a transaction record. So in that project I'm actually using MariaDB database service. So the first step, we have to actually update the system when we start works on Linux. So first I have used sudo apt update, then I have to give my password, and after that the update has successful. And then the second step is also I have to upgrade, and so I use sudo apt upgrade /y, and then you can see the output. This is the output. So the second step, as we're gonna do database, so I have to install. First I have to install this MariaDB database service. So we use so I use sudo apt install MariaDB /server/y, and after that the MariaDB service is installed. Then what we have to do, we have to verify our database service. First we have to start the service, then we have to verify. So then we use sudo systemctl start MariaDB, and then it will then on Linux it will start. And we also see active, that means it's running. So after that we have to verify it. For verification we use sudo mysql /secure/installations. After that it show me this, and then I have to put the root password. So if you want, you can't also put the password, but for the account protected you have to put password. Then that's why I have put the password. And after that you can see I have to create the database. So in that case I use Bugzoo Solaris DB. So when I have actually complete this part almost 2 days ago, that's why. And I have created also another database company DB, but I have in my project I have worked Bugzoo Solaris DB. So when I have put create database Bugzoo Solaris DB, then I have to put my root password, and after that it show me the interface, that is create database company DB. That means it already created. Then I have to show then I have to see the database. That's why I use show database. Then it show me this database. In that database I use two company name, Bugzoo Solaris DB and company DB. And then the second things, the next part is we have to insert some records inside the database. So for this I have used also I have to use the user account. So I have used user bugzoo and host equal to localhost. Then you can see all the code, and I have to, when we have to see the tables, then I have to write the code show tables, then it will give us the result. Sorry for disturbing. Let's continue. And another thing, like the next step is we have to configure our remote access. That's why we have to use sudo nano code. I have already used this sudo nano /etc/ mysql mariadb.conf.t/50, and it will show me this thing. If I also create this on window, you can see the interface. Okay, let me show you. This code. Copy and paste. Then you can see I have to put my password. Okay, then you can see the editor interface. Then I have to put Control W, and I have to search for bind address, because of I have to change the bind address for connecting on server client. Then you can see my bind address is 0000. I have actually changed this. First of all, the bind address was something like 172.0.0.0. So okay, so the next step is when we have when you have changed the bind address, then I have to save and exit. Then again I have to restart MariaDB. So for restart MariaDB, I have to use used sudo systemctl restart MariaDB. Okay, I will show you. Then I have used sudo systemctl restart MariaDB. So the step already complete, and the next step is open firewall. So in that stage I have to verify the firewall. I have to connect the listening system on Linux. That's why I have used this sudo ss/toolnap/grep and the code 3306. Then it will show me this. That means it is connecting the server. And also it will if we verify the firewall, I have to use the code that is sudo ufw status, and if it give me the status active, that means it's okay, and if it give me inactive, that means our code has in our Linux I have a problem. So this interface show me the firewall it works. So our IP address was 192.168.1.254. Then I have to ping this IP address, and it show me it's pinging. So then I mistake something in then I have mistaken to write code. So after that, when I am using MySQL U bugzoo p server, and in that server IP I have to use this IP address. So after put all the system and IP address, and I have to also go to the MariaDB database. That's why I have used sudo mysql /u road/p, and I have to put my Linux password, and also I have to put the root password. So after that it show me the interface that is welcome to the MariaDB monitor. That means I have to I am going with MariaDB database service. So after that I just verify something, verify some tables, verify database, and it show me this database. That means our database server has connected on the server client, and all the things are created by me. So this is so now I'm gonna show you my report, my report that is testing procedure. So in that procedure I have put some screenshot and also the code. You can see test 1 I have verified MariaDB database installation and service status. You can see the result, and also this result. After that I have verified database creation, and this is the screenshot of this of my Linux, and this is the, okay, yeah, this is the bind address that I am verified. I am using this, and the firewall, and also the data retrieval from client. When I have see this table from in Linux, that means our database has connected successfully. And this is the last thing, that is individual demo. So in that individual demo I can see I have worked the first how I have worked, that I have written. So you can see all on my report, and this is the overall. So that is the part that I have completed on Linux. So thank you so much. So hello guys, myself Ratul Hasan Ilyas. So today we are discussing about our OS project. So my part is actually database service. I am working on it. So I'm just asking you some questions. So my first question is, why actually database service is important in server environment? Can you tell me that?
I think because it provides centralized storage for data, support multiple users simultaneously.
Because database is really important to like store the data and everything. So
The main part is actually for database, where we use database for storing data actually,
yeah.
big data. So in server environment, why actually it's need?
Because in server environment we send and receive data all the time. So if we have a good database, we can keep track of the things we send and then receive. If we don't have a good database, we won't be able to send and receive fast.
Yes. So my next question is, what did actually a student learn from implementing the database service in the OS project?
I think,
What will the student learn actually?
I think the student will learn how to install, how to configure and manage database service on Linux, because mostly they use SQL to do the database. So if in here they will learn how to use in Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.